New York's prostitutes are saving money with Airbnb. Now, Airbnb is a pretty cool concept. If you don't know about it, it's essentially this new program that kind of gets around the renting restrictions in a lot of big cities and allows homeowners to rent out a room, a cottage, their apartment if they're not in it, to people who are traveling and just visiting. The website's pretty nice. It seems to be pretty good. There have been some weird stories that have come out of it, but all in all, it seems to be going pretty well. But it didn't take long for civilization's oldest profession to collide with economy's latest fad. Airbnb is apparently the new coolest way to run a brothel. And if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. So the crux of the sharing economy is that someone else's property becomes yours for as long as you're willing to pay for it. Usually no questions asked, which works out perfectly if you are a prostitute. In the case of Airbnb, you're going to miss out on room service, but in exchange for these missing amenities, you get free reign of a stranger's apartment without regulation or oversight. This is perfect if you want to break the law. So a sex worker who is using Airbnb as her new hookup spot instead of a hotel or a motel says, it's more discreet and more cheaper than the Waldorf. Hotels have doormen and cameras. They ask questions. Apartments are usually buzz-in. The prostitute, who is a buxom blonde who charges up to $500 an hour, said her escort service generally rents an Airbnb apartment in the financial district or Midtown West for a week at a time, then cycles numerous hookers through the place for trysts around the clock. I gotta say, if you're renting out your apartment on Airbnb, you gotta be ready for anything. There was a story we covered a while back about how this guy rented out his apartment. I think it was through Airbnb. And then he saw on Twitter that his apartment's address was posted for some kind of crazy orgy. And he was super pissed about it, but there was really nothing he can do about it because the orgy already happened. So Airbnb suppliers, be aware, unless you're going to be monitoring your guests, there's really nothing you can do about it. And prostitutes, until this becomes illegal, more power to you. It sounds like a great business decision to me.